All right, welcome home, Bitcoin Truth Seekers. It is Wednesday, September 29th, 7:43 a.m. here in the Arizona desert, where it's actually not super dang hot today. Now, check this out. You might hear it. Here's the cool little intro that I am far too lazy to edit into the video, so there it is. All right, at BitcoinDailyView.com, got more for you there as always. Got some new news that we'll go over. It's posted there under news. Go check it out. This comes from Jonathan Regan over at Blockchain Education. You can find out more about them at BitcoinDailyView.com. Amazing, amazing group of people. If you like to trade, especially crypto, that's what they do, and I definitely endorse that place. Good stuff. It's some automated trading, etc., and a great community, 24/7 run on the chat. And if you want to learn to trade, they have a methodology which is amazing. Anyway, I won't belabor the point, but check them out if you so desire. He actually said, here's an exceptionally well-written and researched piece of content for those interested in the global macroeconomic situation in 2022. I will admit I've only just started reading this. I linked to it over at bitcoinreview.com. I might print this and do some highlighting. I'll talk about it more in depth tomorrow, but this is pretty damn cool coming from a guy who definitely knows this crap inside and out. So let's all read it and then talk about it tomorrow. What do you think? All right, check it out. All eyes on USD. DXY coming in for a major test. March 2020, dollar liquidity crisis aside, 4 weeks. All periods where DXY has been its strongest, Bitcoin has outperformed USD. A strong dollar historically has been extremely bullish for Bitcoin. And as we can see, DXY is doing pretty good here. We'll actually take a look at DXY before we're out of here. So actually, let's look at that right now. Let's just look at a DXY here. Let's start the show with the DXY. All right, boom. Let's look at a daily. All right, daily. Let's. So MACD's beginning to slightly close on the daily on the daily USD. I guess that's strong. On the daily chart. Well, wait a second. That's not DXY. That's Bitcoin. I'm like, what am I seeing here? DXY. There we go. Bam. That's like, oh, that's pretty groovy. Okay, so dollar, daily MACD is powerful. I have this beautiful uptrend going on right now. Man, okay, so dollar broken above the 200 moving average, 314, and the 50. 50 is above the 200. I mean, if this was, I like to see Bitcoin doing this, to be honest with you. So, if it continues this, how many weeks have we had green? Oh man, several green weeks in a row. Beautiful pattern. Oh my gosh. The weekly even is going to challenge the 200 moving average pretty soon. So and the weekly MACD is powerful. So anyway, DXY, badass. And while we're here, how's the S&P 500? Let's just check it out since we're looking at the stuff. S&P 500, strong weeklies. Well, last week's haven't been strong. How about the dailies? Daily, it's kind of cruising up. Look at it. So anyway, the economy in general is doing all right. We'll look at crypto because that's what we're here to do. So anyway, dude, where's my stuff? Check it out. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Dollar strength index, DXY is doing very, very well. If you want to look at something really, really far out and eclectic, I linked this over at BitcoinDailyView.com. This YouTube, this guy here, Waters Above Crypto. This is a little bit eclectic. I'm a lot eclectic, so I really like it. This is cool. I won't go into it too much. He talks about Bitcoin and moon phases, and also he does some unique TA based on moving averages, which I like. I like his fundamental TA that he does, and he throws a bit of eclecticness into it. Amazing. I'm gonna try to get him on to talk on the Rating Creators podcast. All right, looking at the crypto universe in squares, BNB this morning. BNB has been nuts. Up 10% last hour. BNB is really cranking. How about BNB against Bitcoin? Up 1% against Bitcoin. So, got a green market today. Bitcoin's about 42,000. I like seeing that. Ethereum's getting ready to test that 3,000 barrier again, I think. BNB, I don't know why it's cranking. If you know, let me know. Anyway, a nice green day in the market so far. Just green. I'm going to call it a light green day. That's against USDT the last hour. Against Bitcoin in the last hour, we have a lot of alts. Green against Bitcoin. This is starting to be a good day, isn't it? Looking at spot trading volume on Binance. But this is the thing. 17 billion, you want to have at least 30 billion spot. 50 billion is really better, but at least 30 billion is a positive move. So we're seeing a green day so far, a light green day, but spot trading volume is potty on Binance. 17 billion, down 9% last 24 hours. That's bullshit. So you want to have at least 70 billion in futures derivatives, and we have 52 billion, down 12% last 24 hours. That's just crap. So there's no real retail volume on Binance, the biggest exchange. Yet BNB is cranking. What is, I'm going to refresh this here. Let's look at Bitcoin trading volume explicitly last 24 hours. 3 billion, just above 3 billion. That is garbage. So basically, beware, because there ain't no liquidity. There's no real volume as far as retail volume. So if Bitcoin is making a positive move, if the market's making a positive move, I'm just curious where that's coming from. Maybe it's all, decentralized exchanges. Maybe Uniswap's moving up recently and such. Anyway, so not a lot of, I don't tend to trust the market when there's not some strong volume, or at least good volume. And today we have potty volume. Let's look at REX, okay? Looking at the hourly, at the big exchanges right now. Let's see, about, what was it? About 3 in the morning, we had about 5 million in shorts get wrecked, 1 million get wrecked, and 1 million longs get wrecked. Anyway, we're not seeing any major wreckage, so people aren't trying too hard, which is good. Looking at the daily chart for Bitcoin, we are riding that 314 moving average on the daily a little bit hard. It's all about, well, as you can see, we're ranging recently between the 314 on the bottom and the 200 here, the white one on the top. So we're ranging. That's a good place. We're riding that 314 hard in the daily. We got to get a bounce on that thing, we really do. The tangent for the MACD, though, is about to turn positive on the daily. Histogram is closing towards the positive. I like seeing that. Let's look at a 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, well above the 200 moving average. That's not too hot. I really just kind of want to see the MACD here. 4-hour MACD just turning positive right now. That's a pretty strong indicator. Let's look at the 2-hour MACD. 2-hour MACD has turned positive. So I would say that we are looking at this chart. I would say that Bitcoin, even though we're kind of focused on the daily here, I think we are going to move that tangent of the MACD towards the positive today. And if we do, that's going to be good. So watch that tangent on the MACD for a positive movement, and boom, I think we're good. Maybe we will finally get that balance off this 314 moving average that we need to truly challenge this 200 and make it past. All right, looking at Bitcoin on the 15-minute. I've been watching the 15-minute chart because that is where Bitcoin is challenging this 200 moving average. Indicators are pretty, well, they're okay. Let's look at the 45-minute chart. So I do have an alert. I think if we can break above this 200 moving average, then bam, we'll definitely on the 15-minute able to see some action. That's the first place it's going to happen. So anyways, looking at the 45-minute chart, well below the 200 moving average, we're just trending down, we're trying to pull up. It's just not inspiring. Not much to say. Bitcoin, it needs to start pushing, but at least it is kind of, if you look at it, it has been respecting this kind of bottom here. Make a little box here. It's just pretty much bouncing along, bong, 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 just occasionally challenging that 200 moving average and not getting over it. Anyway, it's just, it needs to read some like Tony Robbins books, like Giant Within or something, and get a little bit of self-confidence. Maybe Bitcoin needs to read the Bitcoin Standard. Maybe the globalists need to stop screwing with it. Okay, Ethereum versus USDT. Basically, it's just waiting to challenge that 200 moving average on the 45-minute chart. Not too inspiring looking. 15-minute chart. It's really getting close to a challenge to that 200 moving average. As soon as Bitcoin starts moving, it's going to move. Ethereum's indicators are pretty darn strong. So you never know. We might see a situation where Ethereum is what pumps first and then actually brings Bitcoin with it. That does happen. Maybe so. Watch that. I would definitely have an alert in on the 15-minute chart for Ethereum to break above that 200 moving average. And looking at the 30-minute chart, that'll be the next one to go. When you do look, oftentimes when we have those breaks above the 30-minute chart, those breaks above, sometimes you can make some sweet gains before it turns around. So keep that in mind. Ethereum might definitely, I'm watching it. How about that? And while we're sitting here, I'm going to look at Ethereum versus BTC. Ethereum versus BTC. Look at that. That's a sweet chart. These indicators are not looking too bad. is challenging that 200 moving average. So I'm going to be watching this pretty close on the 30-minute. Let's look at the 45-minute. Yeah, I'm definitely. Oh, it's Ethereum versus BTC, really challenging that 200 moving average right now. If we can get some volume and get these indicators to turn up, we are definitely going to be good to go. The directional index is in the green. The directional index is in the green, as you can see. Get this ADX to start turning up. Maybe we'll have a good play today. I love ETH versus BTC swings. Looks like we might see some action today, so I'm watching. Sol versus USDT is just challenging that 200 moving average. Needs to get above it on the 45-minute chart. Somebody also doing exactly this. Look at Matic versus USDT. It's trying to challenge the 200 moving average. These indicators are kind of flaccidy. EGLD, LROD, whatever. It's been doing okay recently, but look at that once again. Just waiting to challenge that 200 moving average on the 45-minute chart. It's just kind of hanging out, going sideways. So many things are. Here's one. This is another one from Jonathan Regan over there at Blockchain Education. He mentioned this one today. He caught this. I love these kind of plays, right? So if you look at PPT versus BTC, when you get these long, beautiful downtrends, and then finally you get a strong challenge, that 200 moving average, and a break above both the 200 and 314 within 2 candles on the 45-minute chart. You get your little merit badge, your little green diamond. These indicators are looking pretty darn strong. It's cooling off right now because it did pump pretty hard to do that. But these are the plays that are just magical and really making some money. Look at the 4-hour chart. You can see once again here, we've had this beautiful, downtrend for a while, and let's see how it goes. These indicators are pretty darn good in the 4-hour chart. So with that said, I'm definitely watching PPT. Actually, believe it or not, I got a little position in PPT this morning. Not too bad. I mean, not too big. If it continues to move positively, I will actually up that position some. I think PPT versus BTC might be a way to make some sweet Bitcoin sats. And look at that, beautiful. Now it's going to range between the 200 and 314 for a bit and probably move up. When you do find a downtrend like this, red Madrid ribbons and stuff like that, then your Madrid ribbons turn green, and you find this beautiful burst, and you actually get above those 314 and 200 so quickly that it fires up a little blue diamond merit badge, and boom, we're ranging right now. We're not too far. You might not be able to see it, but we're right on the moving 8 average, so you're not over pumping. This is gradual enough. It's good to go. Indicators, I'm watching for the KRI to continue turning up. Let me actually find my squeeze index here. Let's see. Sometimes it doesn't work with some things. The squeeze indicator is not wanting to work. So anyway, I'll disregard that one. But it probably would be a green in the squeeze if it was working. Stochastic RSI is turning up. Wave trend oscillated by Lazy Bear is showing a little bit of indecisiveness, but it's good to go. Anyway, watch this play. There's your tip from Blockchain Education and myself. This might be a good play. Not financial advice, entertainment purposes only, but watch PPT BTC. I'm already in the green. I'm watching this thing to continue moving. If we get an ADX that actually turns up, and this directional index continues to stay green, and all these indicators are good to go, I will definitely be up in my position there. DYDX. This is all the rage right now, as you can see. It has been moving up. It has been kicking ass. I'm mentioning this because DYDX is cooling off right now, but its indicators look like this is just a bit of a cool off on the way up. It has been pumping pretty hard. It's got a this is another thing from Blockchain Education. W's. See that W? W's are a win. They usually follow. It's a win. And M's are not so good. Anyway, let's watch this guy for a cool off and then a continued move up, quite possibly. I'm not even sure what the crap DYDX is, but it has been moving. And also, if you're a Uniswap person, if you're a DEX person, this is on SushiSwap. And you can trade a USDC. You can buy it with that on SushiSwap. And if you got some hanging out, it's cooling off here too. Not as much history here, but the indicators look pretty good there too. So if you are a decentralized exchange kind of person, this is the way you can get into. So also, I'm going to do DYDX BTC. You can only get it on Binance, which is kind of a pain in the ass, but you can get DYDX versus USDT, other exchanges, and with USDC on decentralized exchanges. So with that said, against BTC, it kind of looks the same. If you are a Binance, this very well might be some serious Lambo money. Some nice sweet stats. Anyway, just watch for this cool off, watch for the turn back up. It might be a play. With that said, everybody, for every Bitcoin Satoshi you own, a piece of shit globalist banker cries. And that is a glorious thing. Take care. Talk to you later. If something extraordinary happens, or tomorrow morning, if, well, nothing happens, take care.